Today, for today's work, today we are going to discuss the matrix multiplication. As already we have discussed that we can multiply the two matrices A and B whenever they are comfortable for multiplication, or we can find out their product when only when the A matrix is of order m cross n and matrix B is of order n cross p, and we can say here n is common in both of them, means the number of columns of A is equal to the number of rows of B. And then how we can find out the product will be of order m cross p, means the common one we have to neglect, it will be eliminated, and we are getting the order which is from m from rows coming from A and p columns coming from B. So this is the way actually how we are going to find it out. Here we can say we have the summation of the sum of product of element of ith row with the corresponding element of the kth column of B. And if we want to see how we are going to calculate, already we have started with this. So how we have done there, first thing is we will write down A and B and we'll check out whether they are comfortable for product or not. So if we write down the order of A, how many rows and columns? So here we have 2 rows, 3 columns. And if we talk about the matrix B, here we have 3 rows, 1, 2, 3. These are the 1, 2, 3 rows. And how many columns? 1 column. So the first thing is here we are getting 3 as common. The number of columns in matrix A is similar to the number of rows in matrix B. It means they can be multiplied together and the resultant one should be of order 2 cross 1. We can write down with comma or we can write down with cross. Both are allowed. Now how we are going to find it out? By finding out the sum of the product of each element of the row of A multiplied with the element of column of the matrix B. Means here we can see 1 into 3 multiplied and written over here, plus second element of the row multiplied by the second element of the column, so 2 into 1, and then after 2 multiplied by 4, the third element multiplied by the third element of the column, which is 4. And similarly for the second row is again going to multiply with the same column and we have to write on the product and the sum here. And if we solve it, we are getting 3 plus 2 plus 8 and 6 minus 1 plus 16. That gives us the answer 13 and 21. So you can see here what we are getting is 2 rows and only a single column is there. Correct? So this is how we can find out the product. Now if we talk about the properties, that what are the properties of multiplication of matrices. So here we are saying if both sides are defined. Now sides are defined means it is possible to find out both of the values of the right hand side as well as left hand side, means they must be comfortable for the multiplication. So the associative property follows. It means if I multiply A into the product BC, it is same as AB then multiplied by C. If we talk about the next property, distributive over addition, multiplication is always distributive over addition. So multiplication means we are going to multiply A with the sum of matrix B plus C. If I add B plus C and then multiply it with A, it is same as finding out the sum of AB and AC together. And similarly we can write down if we have the sum of A plus B multiplied by C, it is equal to AC, the product of AC and BC, and they find the sum. So let's start with an example. Here we have to find out X. What is given to us? We have been provided with that if we multiply 1 to 1, a single row matrix with a normal matrix and then a column matrix. If I multiply the three expression, let me name it as ABC, then the product should be 0. Correct? So if we have to follow this condition, we have to see what should be the value of X. Correct? So how we have to start with? We have to start with the product, finding out one by one. So here we have started with the product of two matrices, these 1 to 1 into this. Now here, in order to be sure that they are comfortable and what should be the final order of the matrix, we have to write it down. So let me write down how many rows and columns are here. Here we have 1 row and 3 columns. Here in the second one, we can see here we have 3 rows, 3 columns, and the third one is having 3 row and 1 column. Okay? So if I find out the product of first two, what it should lead, it gives me 1 row and 3 column. as is coming over here, and then it is to be multiplied with 3 cross 1. So finally when we see that if I multiply these two, what it will give me? It will give me a 1 cross 1, means we will get an expression which is equal to 0, and on solving which we can find out the value of x. Right? So this is the procedure we have discussed. If we do it numerically now, what it gives me? It gives me the values as let's start multiplying 1 into, again as we have done, row elements multiply by the column element, correct? Now here 1 to 1 with 1 to 1 means 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1. Each element of row multiply with each element of the column. First column similarly with second and third. And finally we are finding out their sum and written down in the form of a column, correct? So it is 1 into 1 plus 2 into 2 plus 1 into 1 gives me 4 plus 1, 6. Then 1 into 2, 2 into 0, 2 into 0. Actually, there is no need to write down. Here it is just shown for the clearance of the things that we are discussing. So when you are doing, in order to check, you can go through it. Otherwise, be sure to hide the things. Practice by yourself and just find out that whatever value you are getting, is it the same or not. Okay? So if we see, here we are getting 6 to 4, and it is still to be multiplied with the column matrix 0 to x, and now it is 1 comma 3 and 3 comma 1. It means if I now find out the product, it will give me a single expression. And how we are doing, again it is row elements with the column elements and their sum. So it is 6 into 0 plus 2 into 2 plus 4 into x. It means we have 0 plus 4x is equal to 0. And finally on solving, what we will get is 4 plus 4x 0, or 4x is equal to minus 4. That gives me x is equal to minus 1. Correct? I have just dictated it, but you have to use your pen and paper. Be sure to practice it, because based upon these, either the definition could be asked or the question could be asked in this form. Because we can't ask you directly find out a cross b, b cross c, because we know that students know about these values, but how to evaluate it? So in order to ask from you, we can give you some of the expression to be evaluated, either the value of x or to verify some of the things. Correct? The next here we have is a is given to you as a matrix. Here we have the formula of cos and sine, and we have to show that a square is equal to this. So what is a square? A square means we are looking for the product of a with a itself. Correct? So if we write down what is a, this should be a. It's written over a square, but actually it is, they have written a square means a into a. Correct? So if we write down a square, how to calculate it? It means multiply a 2 times. And how we are going to do? Again, we have done in the same way as we have performed earlier. Let's see what we have done. Here we have again row elements multiply with the column elements and written down as the first element. Then again the same row multiply the second column, and that will give me the second element. Let's verify it. Cos alpha into cos alpha give me cos square alpha. Sin alpha into minus sin alpha give me minus of sin square alpha. Similarly, if you go to the next column, this one column is finished and we have written an expression over here. If we go to the second column, here also we have cos alpha into sin alpha, and then plus sin alpha into cos alpha. Minus n will appear when it is existing, otherwise it will not exist. Correct? We are always adding the values. Similarly, for the second row elements, we have to go for the second row, multiplied with the first column and an expression to be written, and then multiplied with the second column and then an expression to be written. So if we see what we are getting, obviously if we know the formulas, that this is actually the formula of cos 2 alpha. Cos 2 alpha is cos square alpha minus sin square alpha, and here if we see, here we can sum them up to get twice of sin alpha cos alpha, which is the formula for sin 2 alpha. Here also we are getting the same thing, but with the negative sign, minus of sin 2 alpha, and it is same as cos 2 alpha, the earlier expression we have. So you must be aware of the formulas that we have learned in the trigonometry. Be sure to remember that, because then after only you can go through the solution. Correct? So should we go to the next? According to me, it is just a simple thing. So I'm just going to one by one to the questions and then going to the next one. In case you're getting doubt, be sure to stop me, you can ask me, and then we can discuss. Correct? Let's start with the next example. Can you find it out? I think it's easy to cross through. Okay. Now let's see how many of you can do it with your pen and paper, and I will also do it along with you. Let's read it. A is given to us as a matrix 2 cross 2. Identity matrix I is given, and what is given? We have to find out K if A square is equal to K into A minus 2I. Correct? So I am doing on the screen, and you have to do on your pen and paper, but I need a value from your side. Correct? Let's start doing, because it's always good if you are using your own logical mind to give me a correct answer, because here on screen it's not so much uh, clarity that you are just looking at it, but when you will do it, obviously you will get an answer with more clarity. Right? So write down what is a square. If you write down a square, it means I have to multiply a with a, so this will be the value of a square. Correct? And I'm doing directly because it's not easy to write down here. So next is ka. Ka means I'm going to multiply k with a. So if I write down k with a, it means if I directly do it, it becomes 3k. Correct? 3k, and then minus of 2k, then we have 4k. I have written directly k into a, right? And minus of 2k. This is what we have seen in the scalar multiplication. The number should be multiplied with each and element of the matrix. Now here again we have one more thing, ka minus of twice of identity matrix. Identity is given to me 1001, having the diagonal elements as 1 and all others as zeros. Correct? Now if I have to subtract minus of 2i, it means it becomes minus 2 here and it becomes minus 2 here, because there at the other two position it is 0, so it has no effect. Right? So these are the things we are getting. It means if I have to compare now, I have to multiply the two. So if I multiply, it becomes 3 is a 9, 9 minus 8 here. Then it is minus of 6, 3 into minus 2, and minus 2 into minus 2 plus of 4. Then it is 3 4 is a 12, and minus 2 into 4 8, then 4 to the 8, and minus 2, it's 2 now. So minus 2 into minus 2 plus of 4. So hope so it's correct. I will verify it, and finally if I do, it will give me the answer 1 minus of 2, 4, and minus of 4. Now hope so you have done up to this and you are getting the value of k. Now can you let me know, any one of you, what is the value of k here? Write down the value of k on comparison of the two sides. Antarpreet, Gagandeep, Sanjeev, Shivani, Tanushri, Umesh. A lot of students are here. Sumit, Raghunath. Those who are working, let me know what is the value of k. What should be the answer? What is k? We have to compare the right hand side with the left hand side, and as already we have solved, you have to just compare and let me know what is the value of k here. The two matrices we are saying are equal. When they are equal, it means the elements at the positions are also same. Okay? So this is what we are saying. Now you have to compare it and you have to give an answer. Is it so hard? Try to give me the answer. Okay, Sumit has written one answer. What about others? Are you getting what should be the value of k? Now, just to compare the values on the two sides, right hand and the left hand side. So, if we are comparing, what we are comparing with, we are comparing, and you can compare with the simplest thing. It's not so that we have to compare all and values lying on the right and left hand side. It is just you have to observe. Okay, let me do it. Sumit, you are correct. The values of k is 1. Hmm? We can see just by comparing one of the element. Here we can say it's 4k and it is 4 here. So if 4k is equal to 4, so what is the value of k? Obviously 1. Similarly, here we have minus 2k. We can confirm from here if k is 1, it should lead me minus 2. So it is correct. Here again I can check if k is 1, it is minus 2 minus 2 minus 4, and here 3 minus 2 will give me 1. So you have to calculate actually just by one comparison, because it is one equation that we are going to solve. Okay? So here if we see, this is the same solution and we are getting the value of k as 1. Correct? So it's so simple, it's not required to go for the whole theory and any other property to be implemented. We have to just compare the values on the two sides of the matrices, and then we are getting the value of k, which is coming as 1. Correct? But it is up to you are giving me the response or not. Obviously I will move forward to the next slide, I will go to the next question. But if you are getting, be sure to respond me. If you are not getting that, you have to ask me. Correct? If you are not asking, I will assume either you are not listening or you are not doing. Any one thing is there. Let's start with the next equation. Here we have nothing to be done, but actually to be shown something. So here what we are saying, show that A satisfies this equation. A square minus 12a plus I is equal to 0. And what is I? I is obviously identity matrix of the same size of which A matrix is. Correct? So here very simple it is. In order to show, we have to calculate A square. A square means a into a, and that we have calculated here as coming as 71, 84, 60, 71 if I have read it column wise. Correct? And 12 into a, it is again scalar into a matrix multiplication. So it gives me 12 into a, 12 6 are, 12 5 are, 12 7 are, 12 6 are. So that values we have to write down, and plus identity means on the diagonal elements we are getting 1 1, and otherwise we have zeros. Correct? So on solving, what we are getting is, we are getting zero matrix, and this is what we have to show. Correct? So whenever something is there to show, so it's very easy, because actually we are not doing a new thing or we are not calculating a value where there is a chance of getting a mistake. So always whenever there is a question to show, be sure that you are doing it very well, because there is a full chance of getting full marks, because we have to show something, and if we have shown, that's done. Nothing to be calculated. So it's easy, rather than the questions in which we are saying that what is the value of this thing. Correct? So, the next concept here we have is transpose of a matrix. Till now we have learned about the matrix addition, multiplication, and the different type of matrices. Now we are saying what we mean by the transpose of a matrix. So what it is? Matrix transpose can be obtained simply if I have written a matrix A, then whatever rows are there in matrix A, they have to be written in column, and the column elements should be written in the row form, and then whatever the new matrix is coming in front of you with is known as a transpose, A transpose. Correct? And how it is represented? It is represented by A. In the superscript we are getting either T, or we are putting a dash, A dash. So this is a symbol for the transpose of a matrix. For example, here if we talk about A, B, C, D, so what we are going to do, here we have the first row, A, B. So what we are going to make it, the first row should be the first column. And this is our second row, so second row is the second column. So if we have a matrix A given as A, B, C, D, and we wish to find out its transpose, so it is just simply can be obtained by writing out the elements of row in the column form and the column elements in the row form. Now here we have started with the rows. No? But actually what we have seen that here if this is the first column AC, then it becomes the first row. The second column BD becomes the second row. So both are the equivalent thing. These are the equivalent way of saying that we are transforming rows to column and column to rows. Okay, so this is the same thing that we have done. Now here we have some of the properties actually that here we have written in the form of a questions. So what we have the property that if we have the sum of A plus B and we are finding out its transpose, then it is same as finding out the sum of A transpose and B transpose. Okay, so as we have learned some of the properties of addition and multiplication, similarly we have some properties of the transpose of a matrix. So here we have to again verify it. Obviously nothing to be calculated. We have to find out its transpose. So how we can start with, we can find out A plus B. From the left hand side, what we require is we need the sum of A and B matrices. So if A is there, 5 minus 1, 6, 7. B is 2, 1, 3, 4, and we want to find out the addition, the sum. So it becomes element by element sum. 5 plus 2, 7, minus 1 plus 1, 0, 6 plus 3, 9, and 7 plus 4, 11. Now the next thing is we need its transpose. So if we find out the transpose, we have to write down the first column as the first row, 7, 9 it become, and the second column as the second row, or the same thing you can do with the row to be taken as a column. Correct? So this we have done, and now let's write down A transpose and B transpose. So A transpose means converting the rows and columns of A to columns and rows. Correct? So here we have to interchange. If here we have 5 and minus 1 in the row, we have written it as a column. Similarly for 6, 7 we have written as column. So similarly we have obtained B transpose, and if we find out the sum of A transpose B transpose, it is coming as 7, 9, 0, 11. So hopefully we are getting how we have added the elements. Correct? And here obviously when A plus B transpose is same as A transpose is B transpose, so we can see that we have verified. So hence A plus B transpose is equal to A transpose plus B transpose. Right? So the questions are very easy to be done, easy solvable. Whenever we are looking for some value, we have to use the rules that we have learned, or the question should appear in front of you to verify or to show something, to prove something. Okay? So we have another example. A and B are given and we have to find out AB transpose. So if you are asking about AB transpose, it means first we have to find out the product AB. A into B we can find out, and then after we have to find out its transpose. So again you have to do it by yourself, but here I am showing you the solution. How to be done? AB, we need A to be multiplied by B. Now let me ask from you again. Let me see how many of you are active. Only Sumit is listening or others can listen. Huh? You have joined us, and are you just an audience to listen and giving no response, and you can give some response? Let me check. Let's check again. So here we have A matrix. The rows are 2 and the columns are 3. So it is 2 cross 3. Okay. If we talk about B, it has 1, 2, 3 rows and how many columns? 2 rows, 2 columns. Now can you let me know what is the order of A cross B if we write down what is the order of A cross B? I'm asking all of you. I'm not taking anyone particular name. I don't know what actually you are doing or how much busy you are. So let's find out. What is the order of matrix A, B? Write down your answer, nothing to be calculated, just logical thing I have asked. Yes, let me know what is the order. Okay, Sumit has given me answer. Ramesh is saying something. What about others? Tanushri, Shivani, Sanjeev, Gagandi, Pantapi. And I have noted down the names who those students who are still here, and I'm going to uh, write down these names, those who are not here, and we'll check that either they are doing the same thing tomorrow also, then I will not give the attendance to those who are just joining and leaving us. Okay, so I will put a message on the LPU Live. If you are among the students, then be sure to be here. Hmm? Okay, Gagandeep, Umesh, Sumit. They are saying 2 cross 2. So I think it's correct. And the Preet, can you check? Is it correct? Check. I'm not sure what she is doing. So if we have to go for, obviously it is 2 cross 2, and if we see these are the elements, and we are getting 0, 15, 1, minus 2 as a product of AB. And if we write on the transpose is coming as 0, 15 was there in the row, so we have written in the column. Similarly, 1 minus 2 is there in the row and we have written in the column. So this is AB transpose. Okay. Let's start with the next one. Here we have to find out the value of x, y, z if the matrix obeys the law. A into A transpose is identity. So again, it is a property or a law you have to learn. That here we have to show actually that if A into A transpose is identity, then how we can find out x, y, and z. We have to find out the values of x, y, and z. So how we are going to do? Again, we have to write down if this is A, given by 0, x, x, 2, y, y, minus y, and so on. The given matrix is A. This is the matrix A. Then what is A dash? So we have obtained A dash by writing out each row into column and column into row. So here if we have 0, x, 6, we are written here. 2y, y, and minus y written over here. And z minus z written over here. So this is our A dash. Then we have to find out the product A into A dash. If we find out A into A dash, it's coming as this whole expression, which is looking like something big. But actually, if I compare it with identity, then what we will see that x square plus y square plus z square is 1. From here, x square plus y square plus z square is 1. And from here, 4y square plus z square is also 1. Correct? So here we have from others values are 0. So 2y square minus z square is 0. We have seen x square plus y square plus z square is 1. And similarly, if we take some more elements, here they have taken the elements of column 2. So you can take any of the column and compare it. And then on solving it, what we are getting is we are getting the values of x, y, and z. So here the solution is given in front of you, but be sure to do it by yourself. The only thing you have to do is you have to see what are the values giving us as an output, either 0 and 1, and we have to find out that what is the result coming as if we solve the two equations, either we are getting x, y, z or not. So we have to choose those equations that are giving me the values of x, y, and z. And finally here we are getting the value of x, y, z is 1 by root 3, y is equal to plus minus 1 by root 6, and x we have calculated x is plus minus 1 by root 2. So this is what we are getting.
Ma'am, can I please repeat again, ma'am, this one?
Pardon?
Last equation.
Last slide you're talking about.
Previous my question.
Mesh, please write down. I'm not getting what you are saying. Write down, please.
I'm just saying that can you please repeat again the previous questions?
Okay. Previous question means this one.
This one, ma'am.
Okay. Let me repeat. Here we have to find out the value of x, y, z if the matrix obeys the law A into A dash is identity. Means already given that A into A dash is I. When A into A dash is I, so first we have to find out what is A, what is A dash. We have to multiply the two expression, and after multiplication we have to see which values are giving me something that can be compared and to solve for the values of x, y and z. So here if we see the three values that are equal to 1 is x square plus y square plus z square is 1, and from here we have 4y square plus z square is also 1, or other all values are giving me equal to 0. So we have to take the expression, we have to compare it with 0 and 1 and hence to solve it. So here they have taken the column 2 values. 2y square minus z square is 0. Here if we compare the second column values, they are equal to 0, 1, 0. So here 2y square minus z square is 0, x square plus y square plus z square is 1, and x square minus y square minus z square is 0. So simply if I see here we have x square and all in positive, here x square is positive and these two are negative. So if we simplify it, we'll cancel these two. So what we will get is we will get 2x square. So 2x square is equal to 1. Or from here we can say we can obtain x value as plus minus 1 by root 2. Correct? So this is the first value we are getting. Correct? And from first, if we see from the first equation, here we can see what we can say z square is equal to twice of y square. So if I take any one of the equation, because we know x square, so let us take this equation and we can write down x square is 1 by 2, x square is 1 by 2, and here we have y square, let me write down as such, and z square. Z square is twice of y square, because here we have the equation number 1 that is giving me this relation. Z square can be written as 2y square. So now if I do the simplification, it gives me 3y square is equal to 1 minus half, gives me half. Or I can say y square is equal to 1 by 6, and if y square is 1 by 6 means y is equal to plus minus of 1 by root 6. Now if y square is 1 by 6, it means what is it? Z square is twice of y square. So on solving I will get 1 by 3, or we can say z is equal to plus minus 1 by root 3. Okay, so this is how we have obtained the solution. Correct? So this is how you have to proceed one by one. You have to go for the steps, the condition, you have to note down what is given to you, and using the same you can find out the final answers. Should we start the next one? If it is clear, then fine. Otherwise, be sure to do it. And if there's still some doubt, you can ask me. Correct? Let's start with the next question. Here we are getting, you have to find out x. And here again, we have the similar question as we have done previously. But here we have given that the product of 2 into the transpose of 1 is equal to 0. So actually if we see, either the question will be based upon the rule to be verified, or something is given to find out the values of x, or some unknowns are there to be obtained. Okay? So these type of questions can be framed. So here we have the product of 2. If we calculate it, here we have, can see here we have x here, x in 4 minus 1 is the element, and x is also here. It is in transpose. So here if you take the product of x4 minus 1 into the matrix, it is giving me this row matrix. And then after, if we multiply it with x4 minus 1 transpose, we know it should be 0. And on solving, what we are getting? We are getting this whole expression equal to 0, which on solving giving me the x is equal to half or x is equal to minus 4. So it depends upon which type of matrices you are finding out. which product you have to obtain, and then just by following the rules of the product and comparing it with equal to 0, you have to find out the unknown element. Correct? So again you have to do it, and then you have to find out that x is coming as 1 by 2 or minus 4 or not. So what we need actually in this question is the knowledge of the product rule and the transpose. Let me check how many slides are remaining for today's one, and then we will continue with the things. Okay, 5 slides are there, so I think we can cover it. No? So next concept we have is symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. So again we have a type of matrix, we can say when some condition is followed, they satisfy some condition, then the matrix is said to be symmetric or skew symmetric. So what the condition is, a square matrix is called a symmetric matrix if A is equal to its transpose. Simply the first thing is the matrix should be square, because we are talking about a square matrix. So the matrix should be square and its transpose should give you the same elements, the same matrix as A itself. And it is said to be skew symmetric matrix if we are just converting the rows into columns, columns into row in matrix A. Then it is not equal to A, then it is giving us the value of minus of A. Okay? So till now we are not saying anything about A and A transpose relation, but now we are saying if the elements of A are given in such a way that A and its transpose means I have changed row into column and column into row, but still they are same. Correct? A and A transpose are giving me the same value, then it is a symmetric matrix. Otherwise, it is not. And if A is equal to minus of A transpose, then it is a skew symmetric matrix. Correct? One as a theorem or a note, you can say any square matrix can be expressed as a sum of a symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. So here, this is what the relation we have. That A can be written as A plus A transpose by 2 and A minus A transpose by 2. Here we are talking about this, which is a symmetric matrix, and A minus A transpose by 2 is a skew symmetric matrix. Actually, it falls under a theorem that any square matrix can be represented as a sum of a symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix. Where we are talking about a skew symmetric matrix we are obtaining by A plus A transpose by 2, which is a symmetric matrix, and A minus A transpose by 2 is a skew symmetric matrix. So it is the same thing written over here. So how the questions can be asked, either we have to verify something that it is uh, symmetric or skew symmetric matrix, or we are looking for some of the unknowns. Again, the two type of questions can be framed on you. So here we have to show that it is a skew symmetric matrix. So we have obtained A transpose, and we can see that A transpose is equal to minus of A, because here what the elements are in the row, if it is 0, 5, minus 3, in the column it is 0, minus 5, minus 3. It means there is a sign change. Right? So here we can see A transpose is equal to minus A. So it means it is a skew symmetric matrix. Similarly, if we have to express the matrix as a sum of symmetric and a skew symmetric matrix, obviously we have to go for the theorem. Symmetric matrix means we can write it down A plus A transpose by 2. And when we are looking for skew symmetric matrix, it can be written as A minus A transpose by 2, and the sum of 2 you can verify will give you the value of the matrix itself. Correct? So I have just skipped the whole calculation part. You have to do it by yourself. Here what it means to say that whenever we have a matrix A, which is a square matrix, and it is a symmetric also, then it can be expressed as the sum of a symmetric matrix and a skew symmetric matrix. Where symmetric, if we have to obtain, it is A plus A transpose, and for skew symmetrics we have A minus A transpose. Okay, so this is my side regarding the simple matrix theory. Some of the concepts we have learned: addition, product, then symmetric matrix, and transpose. These are the concepts we have learned today. So you have to go through it. In case of doubts, you can ask me, and be sure to do all the things by yourself. Correct?